I mean, what can I say? Respawn basically said I was right. Look at this right here. They finally posted today, as of July 1st at 12:10 p.m. Central Time, that this is how they're nerfing Seer. So, forget about the error. This error has been a thing, and they said they'd fix it by today, and they did. With the Seer adjustments, they said that they reduced the home base, which is the faster tactical charge in ult zone, upgrade modifier to 2.5. This will make the tactical cooldown 8 seconds instead of 5 while in the ult zone. They also moved the home base upgrade to level 3 and moved energizing focus, regen shield on tact hit upgrade to level 2. And they said in the dev note, we have seen the frustration surrounding Seer and are making urgent changes. Look at that, urgent changes. The above changes are meant to reduce the frequency with which you'll encounter Seer's tactical. At split start, the most picked upgrade, the 2 tactical charge and the reduced tech cooldown and ult saw around a 90% and 80% pick rate respectively. When combined, players have access to 2 tac charges on a very short cooldown. By moving both to level 3, players can have only one. These changes should address complaints of tactical spamming and ult while keeping the intended power of those 2 upgrades in place. As we discussed in our most recent designer notes, Seer is a tricky legend to balance, as a prominent Seer meta is an oppressive one. We will continue to monitor Seer's performance and make additional adjustments as necessary. So when people are in my comments and like, oh, well actually Seer is in a great place. No, it's not. We're wrong. Respawn agreed with me. Like, you should have changed it. And this is exactly how I said to change it. Literally exactly how I said to change it. If you go back to my video on June 28th, it's literally word for word how I said it. Attack like faster. Another thing you can do is like what Apex tends to do all the time, which is they make it so that like they switch the like priority of the ults so that you have to choose one or the other. So like I remember like I don't remember which character it is, but for example, you can do the thing where you make it so that you get your attack faster in your ults instead of a blue perk, making it a purple perk, and making the perk where you get shield on tactical as your blue perk, and just switching those so that you have to either choose, do I want to have 2 tacticals or do I want to get my tactical faster in my ult? Because then people have to have a choice. And I think even if you do that, you still have to nerf it, because a tactical every 4 seconds is absolutely ridiculous. This should be like maybe 8 seconds. And maybe the other thing is, the only part that's different from what I said was that I think they should also remove the slow, because the slow is doing too much with all the other things that tactical does. And I see Zach Mazer, who's a pro NA player, said the exact same thing. He said, love the idea of less tack, but the issue is also it's a slow, a speed up, a silence, and a wall hack. It does too much. And I could not have said it better. It does way too much. You do not need Seer to have all those abilities in one singular tactical. It's just too oppressive. I think that even with removing the slow, he's still going to be viable because he has the double time off his scans when you hit it. And you also have the silence, and you have the wall hack, so you can still get the jump on somebody, and it's not that they're going to fly away from you if you don't have them slowed. The slowed is just a frustration mechanics, and I say it once, I say it every single time. I hate frustration mechanics in games, especially games like Apex, where movement is one of the key things that people gravitate towards. Just removing somebody's ability to even move, and like even when they're forced into a chow, not being able to actually strafe and take the chow properly is really, really bad, and it only gets exacerbated at the highest levels of competition. So I'm glad they made this change. I think the reason why they didn't remove the slow for right now is because they have all these characters that they buff that are hyper aggressive and hyper mobile. So when you have like Axel, and then you have Pathfinder that's in a way better place now, then you have all the other skirmishers between Ash, Horizon, everything like that. And you even buff Ballistic, so if people are in Ballistic, oh, they go faster. Yeah, all those things. Some people still use Maggie as well. I think they wanted people to have some form of a counter, especially if you have a more passive playstyle. But I still think the slow is a little bit too oppressive, because just being on wall hacks tends to slow people down. Like, I know, especially with Axel, you're moving at Mach 5 speed, so you don't even really care sometimes. But like, yeah, I don't think they need a slow. I really don't think they need a slow. But it is what it is. This is the Nerf. I'm looking forward to playing later today and seeing how it is, and we'll go from there. But yeah, that's just the update. Like I said, they basically said I was right. They agreed with what I suggested in my video. Exactly. I was basically like, they should switch the perks so people have to choose between getting their attack faster and their ult and having 2 tacticals. But having both at the same time is way too impressive. And I basically said somewhere around 8 seconds, 6 seconds in my video anyway. So like, basically word for word, they did exactly how I thought they were going to nerf it and how they should nerf it. So I'm happy, and we'll see what goes from here, how it changed up the meta, and especially going into LAN, which I think is literally like next week. I'm interested in how it's going to play out in EWC and comp, especially because people have been practicing on this version of Seer from beforehand for a while, and now you have a new version. So they basically got more work to do. There's other things to talk about that I might talk about in a later video, things to fix between like ranked and other stuff like that. But I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.